Hello and welcome to the next episode of Innovation and Serendipity. Okay, this one we're going to talk about what can flower pots teach us about innovation. Okay, so in this you see the picture of uh, the inventor of flower pots in a better style of flower pots. We'll look at the story soon. Joseph Monier will get there soon. Okay. Before talking about his story, I just want to show you a quote from Theodore Levitt in 1962. He talked about this, which is profound if for us as well. People don't want a quarter-inch drill; they want a quarter-inch hole. So when we provide our solutions to the customers. When we think empathize with the customers, we think they need the product or service that we have to provide. It is not so. They have a job to be done. So we always think in terms of jobs to be done, as is explained by Theodore Levitt here. So if you want to make the drill better, you have to think about the fact that uh, people don't want your drill, they want a hole. The quarter-inch hole is what he was talking about. Okay, so think about, always have that in mind. What people want is what you have to provide, not the product, not the service. Those keep changing as we see in our solve step. This is what is primarily important. Okay, so with that in mind, let's look at Joseph Monier's invention. Uh, he was working in the field of flower pots. So he was summoned by um, the gardeners. He was summoned by royal, people, so that he can provide them with these flower pots. So he tried his best to do that, but he came across a problem that every time he gave them flower pots, these flower pots would crack and break in little time, particularly when the flower pot, the plant inside the flower pot grew after a certain size. I don't know if you have done gardening, you know what I'm talking about. After a while, it starts cracking, right? So this was really an annoyance for Joseph Monier. But he just didn't stop there. He was a tinkerer. He tried many other inventions and all that, but he kept tinkering with this idea because they were all complaining. His royal family and all that, the customers, they were all complaining that the flower pots break so soon. So he tried all sorts of variants in the clay material, as you and I would do. He tried all that. None of them really worked very well. Then one fine day, serendipity, I guess, he thought, why don't I insert steel fibers through this, right? So he created a framework, as you can see in this patent that Monier has. He created a framework, a mesh of steel, and then covered it with the ceramic that he was working with, and he made it and he set it and he tried to use it. Okay, so it worked very well, and even from starting from the first experiments, all of it worked very well. The durability of these flower pots became incredible, that he said, this is the ultimate flower pot, almost unbreakable flower pot that one can have. And he started selling more of these. But it hit a limit, it didn't do so well. But this actually inspired people to have reinforced concrete. So, what was a serendipitous sort of invention for the innovation that he was after, which was a stronger flower pot, actually became the basis of reinforced concrete and revolutionized the concrete industry. Okay, so if you look at a conflict of interest from Joseph Monier's point of view, what he had was material used in pots. If you use concrete, it could be molded in any shape but poor tensile strength. Whereas if he had used iron, only the frame, then it had great tensile strength, but you couldn't have customized shapes like they did, right? So, of course, he solved the problem of being able to mold these into any shape and also great tensile strength. So what Monier did after this was very interesting. He didn't stop at just flower pots, but went on. Of course, he filed a patent and said that this is my invention, but went on to apply it to various other places where he would replace rockeries. He would use it for grottos, in a church or a place of worship. He would use it as fake boulders, which would look intimidating and strong, but actually would be much lighter because it's hollow inside. It would imitate wood. He could use it for containers for water, pipes, ornamental pools. All that became possible because his flower pots were started to the technology, the core invention started being applied, and he himself was instrumental in doing that. Finally, he moved on to reservoirs, roofs, even panels for buildings, bridges, construction, housing, railway sleepers, conduits for telephones, and electricity. So, all of these became possible because of his spark of an idea, which of course he prototyped and tested it with his customers. And that led to a revolution in many, many industries that we are aware of. And that's what I wanted to tell you as the second part of this innovation and serendipity. Okay, so think about it. So he was also worried about this problem to solve, which was how do I give my customers a customized a shape, a moldable shape, plus good tensile strength, a good strength that it wouldn't crack. So durable framework for flower pots. But he didn't stop there, and he kept expanding it. He kept expanding his horizon, kept trying it in different fields, and eventually it found its way into construction, into our own houses and railway sleepers. All of this form basis for majority of our lives. Okay, so he had such a profound influence, that spark of an idea. So keep that in mind, and this is our second part of the innovation and serendipity series. Okay.